How would you feel if you are being told that you are not a citizen of a country you've been living in for 42 years? Like, you don't want to find yourself in such a situation. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as Tatmama5 and also known as TMO5 Kanko. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So this news caught my attention. So a man, a retired person who has lived in the UK for 42 years, have been told that he is not a British resident, he's not a British citizen. So let's read. I'm glancing down. So man told he is not British after 42 years in the UK. So a retired 74-year-old Ghanaian man who has lived in the UK for nearly 50 years must wait a decade, another 10 years, before the Home Office will let him stay permanently. How is that possible? Even if he came into the UK as an illegal immigrant, he's lived here for 42 years, he's worked, he's paid his taxes, he's put in all of his contributions, and the Home Office are telling him he needs to wait for another 10 years before they can decide if he's a British citizen. Like, I'm not a lawyer, but I don't ever want to find myself in this situation. So let's read further. Mr Shardey, I'm going to pop his image here, from Wallasey in Wirral, had for many years assumed he was officially seen as British citizen. He only discovered otherwise in 2019, and despite paying taxes, like I said, all his adult life, now faces paying thousands of pounds to stay and use the NHS. The Home Office declined to comment on the ongoing legal case. So this reminds me of when I got my permanent residency as well. So I came into the UK with my daughter, and I did not have a permanent residency when I came into the UK. So I gave birth to all of my kids without having a permanent residency. However, I was awaiting immigration advice if they've allowed me to stay. So I was waiting to see if they've approved my application. So while during the time I was waiting, I was going to uni, studying, do all of this training just so I'm not sitting at home. And I had my other 4 kids while I was waiting. So after 4 years, I got my indefinite leave to remain. After getting my indefinite leave to remain, I then waited. I did a Life in UK test. Afterwards, I was able to apply to become a British citizen, and that application cost me about £1,080 something pounds. This was in 2010. If I find the exact figure, I'll pop it on the screen for you. So obviously, I've said it in my video before that whatever citizen, whatever residency, or whatever permit you have while you're in the UK is what your child will have. So let's say, for example, you are currently in the UK now, you are pregnant, and you have a visiting visa of 6 months, and you are pregnant, and your visa don't run out for another 4 months. If you have your child on that visiting visa of 6 months, your child will automatically be as a visitor. So in my case, obviously, when I was having my kids, I did not have a permanent residency. And then after I finished having all of my kids, I had my permanent residency in 2010. So in 2011, I became a British citizen. So I now went to speak to a lawyer that I want my kids to be British citizen because they've been given indefinite leave to remain. So the indefinite leave to remain does not automatically qualifies my children as British citizens, even though I have now become a British citizen. So my lawyer now advised that for the fact that when I was having my children, I was not a British citizen. I did not have any residence permits. So which meant that whatever status my immigration was before I had my kid was what my children had, even though they now have indefinite leave to remain. The only thing for me to do as a parent in order for them to become a British citizen will be to register them as a British citizen. And I can't like why do I have to register them when they already have an indefinite leave to remain? So looking back now at this story, I'm glad that I did the application. When I did the application, then an application for me to register my children as a British citizen, even though they had indefinite leave to remain, a child cost me about £1,000 for each child. So if I had passport photograph, biometrics, each application cost about £1,150, and I did that for 4 children. So you can imagine 1,200 times 4. I paid in cash But my last daughter, when I gave birth to her, I was already a British citizen, which meant that she automatically qualified as a British citizen. And when I gave birth to her, all I did was go online to apply, sent a copy of her birth certificate, and she was her red passport was sent to me. I hope you guys understand what I was saying there. So if I had not registered my kids to become a British citizen, they will probably have a status of indefinite leave to remain, but they won't be British. So for the fact that I've now gone on to register them, they are now British. They've been British for over 10 years. So in this man's case, I really love to understand why he's lived here for 42 years, is now 74, and is not classed as a British citizen. So let's keep reading. So, retired news agent Mr Shardey first came to the UK in 1977 to study accountancy on a student visa that also allowed him to work. Okay, after a coup in his native Ghana, his family could no longer send him money for the fees. He took on a series of jobs making Mother's Pride bread and Kipling's cakes near Southampton and Bendix chocolate in Winchester, and said no one ever queried his right to live or work in the UK. Okay, he married a British woman and moved to Wallasey to run his own business, a news agent called Nelson's News. So I would imagine, for the fact that he married a British woman, he could be British by marriage. I don't know, but immigration lawyers, if you're watching this, let me know in the comment section. When that marriage ended, oh, okay, that's my answer. When that marriage ended, he married another British woman and they had 2 sons, Jacob and Aaron. So he married the first wife, British woman. He married the second one, British woman, and he has 2 sons. Why is he not being regarded as British? Or is it because he did not make an application to become one? Please guys, if you're well learned in this area of immigration, let me know in the comment section. Maybe was he being denied being a British because he did not apply to become one? Let me know in the comment section if you are well informed in this regard. So I tried my utmost to educate them and the best way I could so that neither of them would depend on social or anything, said Mr Shardey. He told his sons to learn hard, get a good job and work for themselves, and both went on to university and their careers as a research scientist and a public relations executive. Oh wow, well done to them. Mr Shardey said he had never left the UK as he saw no need to and regarded it as home. I can imagine 42 years, where else would home be? Nobody questioned me. I bought all my things on credit, even the house. Really? I got a mortgage and nobody questioned me about anything, he said. Mr Shardey had performed jury service and in 2007 was given a police award for bravery after tackling a robber who was attacking a delivery man with a baseball bat. Okay, but in 2019, when he applied for a passport so he could go back to Ghana following the death of his mother, he was told he was not British. The Home Office said he had no right to be in the UK. I think in this regard, he should have applied to remain in the UK. And then they will have maybe reviewed his case and then it will be down to the Home Office to decide if you're giving him indefinite leave to remain or some sort of residency permit. So as they are now saying that all these years that he's been here, all the things that he's been doing, he's been here in the UK illegally because he's not putting an application. I guess it's because he's not putting an application to become a British citizen or for a residency permit in the UK. Guys, let me know in the comment section or correct me if I'm wrong in any way. And then said the Home Office said he had no right to be in the UK. And it also said that Home Office officials told him to apply for the 10-year route to settlement. Over 10 years, it cost about £7,000 with a further £10,500 over the same period to access the NHS. Wow. I cannot afford to pay any part of the money they are asking, said Mr Shardey, who is recovering from prostate cancer. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear this. Telling me to go through that route is a punishment and it's not fair in any way. I agree, it's not fair. How can somebody live here for 42 years and you're not asking him to pay £7,000 for the application and then £10,500 to access the NHS? So I guess they've calculated all these years that he's used the service for 42 years and they're asking him to pay over £17,500 to become a British citizen after living in the UK for 42 years. Wow, I'm shocked. Like, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. He said, when we tried to extend his right to stay in the UK online 2 years ago, he filled out the wrong form. That meant the 10-year process had begun again in 2023. As a result, Mr Shardey will not be allowed to stay in the UK permanently until he is 84. No, there must be a way around this. I'm sure immigration lawyers will find a way around this because this can't be right. This can't be right. He's been married twice to British women. He's got 2 sons who are British by their mother. And he's been here for 42 years. He's paid all his tithes. I mean, I said tithes. He's paid all his taxes, worked all his life. He has mortgage. He's been recognized by the police. And now he's been told he can't live in the UK because he's not a British citizen. Wow. So he said, I just thought it was a joke. It's just ridiculous, said his son Jacob, who does research in cardiovascular physiology. Why would he need to go and start this 10-year route when it's been here since 1977? That would be my question as well. It's been here longer than the people who are working in the Home Office on his case have been alive. Wow. So they now went on to say that with the help of Nicola Borges, a lawyer at Greater Manchester Immigration Aid Unit, Mr Shardey is now taking the Home Office to court. I'll rightly do so. His case, which his sons are trying to pay for through crowdfunding, is that the Home Office should have treated him as an exception because of the length of time he has been in the UK and because of his bravery award and service to the community. I would imagine his case should be treated in an exceptional way, obviously, because he's been here for a very long time. He's not committed any crime. He's been a good citizen. Yeah, I think he should be given an exceptional fact. We know that at least one caseworker has looked at his file and suggested that he should be granted indefinite leave to remain because there are exceptional facts. That, I mean, if at all, you will expect that the Home Office will do that, will give him that, according to the lawyer. And when you look at it on a personal level, if Nelson was your friend or your neighbor, you would absolutely agree that he should be given the immediate right to settle. Absolutely. As a fellow black sister to a fellow black man, I think the Home Office should grant him his British citizen straight away. There's no need for him to go back and start doing the 10-year route. It's been here since 1977, 42 years. Wow. A Home Office spokesman said it would be inappropriate to comment on legal proceedings right now. Wow. So guys, I'm shocked about this. Like, what do you think in all of this? Like, I've asked lots of questions in this video here. I think the right thing to do will be that the Home Office should give him an exceptional leave to remain. Like I said, he's been here for 42 years. He's lived a good life. He's never been in any crime. He's raised 2 sons who are doing well right now. And knowing that he's got prostate cancer, you would think that the Home Office will want him to heal and go through that sickness in peace and he recover from it. Guys, let me know in the comment section, do you think he should have to go through the 10-year route again and pay over £17,500? Do you think he should have been asked to go through that route again when he's been here for 42 years? He's never committed any crime. He's been known by the police. He's been awarded. He's been known for his good deeds. And knowing that he's also battling cancer right now, you would think that the Home Office should allow him stay. Like, guys, let me know in the comment section, do you think he deserves to go and start spending over £17,500 to become a UK citizen? Guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. If you're watching now and you've not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? So don't forget to like, drop a comment in the comment section, subscribe if you're yet to do so, turn your post notification so you don't miss any other post from me, share this video, and I hope to catch up with you in my next one. Alright, bye.